What a deck!
Hello and welcome to What a Deck, where we play troll decks, rogue decks, and whatever the hell I feel like. I'm your host, Hardleg Joe, and today we're playing Skull Servant Beatdown 2017 edition. Yes, we've come back to Skull Servants once again, possibly one of the most resilient decks I've played in the What a Deck. I played them 2 years ago, way back in episode 4, and then again last year, so this will be the third time I'm taking a look at them. And they've remained about the same, but they've got some new support. We've got Gozuki in here now, we've got Wightprincess, we've got even less spells than before, and a couple new Synchro and Ixie options. So it should be interesting. We'll see how these can hold up. Once again, I don't have link format on YGOPro. They haven't updated it yet, but this deck works perfectly well for link format. It's optimized for that, so you shouldn't have any trouble playing this if you're trying to build it IRL. Now, if you just want a deck profile, there's a link in the description to a separate, much shorter video. I'll go over everything in here and explain how it works. Otherwise, I'm doing 10 duels against random opponents on YGOPro. I'll be testing this out, showing you all the combos, and hopefully, we'll have a little fun. Alrighty, here we are, first duel versus Link player. Although we don't have any links here for them to play, so I'm not sure exactly what they're going to be doing. But we have a pretty decent hand. He's got Raid Raptors, which actually we have a pretty decent matchup against. Because, I mean, obviously they can make Ultimate Falcon. That's usually what Raid Raptors are going to do, which is unaffected by all card effects, but it can be destroyed by battle. And Skull, what deck am I playing? Skull Servants. Skull Servants, they're pretty much like a One-Punch Man kind of deck. Their whole thing is built, whoop, didn't mean to do that. Their whole deck is built around, getting out King of the Skull Servants, who can get up to like 9,000 plus attack, and just attacking for a crap ton of damage. So I actually have a pretty good matchup against that, because I can attack over his Ultimate Falcon. There's nothing he can do. Granted, we have to have a pretty decent hand in order to be able to get some things, and that's going to be tricky, because I can't attack into that without taking some damage. But I think I might be able to do a few things. Let's see here. Now let's go ahead and get rid of those, whatever those are. I don't want them in my life. Not now, not never. Oh, I'm gonna negate it. Well then. I mean, that's fine. The whole point was just to get Wightprincess, White Prince in the graveyard. He is most important. He lets you send a Skull Servant and a Lady in White from your hand or deck to the graveyard. And if you're unfamiliar with King of the Skull Servants, his attack is equal to the number of King of the Skull Servants and Skull Servants in your graveyard times 1,000. And all these cards, their name in the graveyard is Skull Servant. Unfortunately, he's got that thing in his hand. He's going to banish my king, which I don't want, but there's little I can do. It's better to bait it out now, I believe. If I had any of my Unizombie things, oh, it just destroys it. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's better than anything. If it stays in the graveyard, I can get it back out again. If it goes to the grave, if it goes banished, I forgot he has to banish this to destroy it. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I'm just going to let him search. I'm going to save the Forbidden Chalice for doing... Oh yeah, I have a lot of synchro plays. I can make something like Coral Dragon pretty easily. Which I can discard, get another thing into the graveyard in order to destroy this, and then he won't be able to use things like Booster Strix. So what will he add? I think I want to save this. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I can use this on his, why can't I remember the name? The little Hoot Hoot Owl that turns into a high-level Raid Raptor. Ooh, Pain Lanius. Going for higher things. Yeah, unfortunately, this Forbidden Chalice, it's pretty nice because you can activate it on your turn. It outs things like Dryden pretty easily. But against these guys, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, go ahead. I could stop him. Yeah. But he's already going to have another Fuzzy Lanius, and I don't think he's special summoned one yet. So he can do some things, man, and some stuff. I really just gotta hope I get my Unizombie, or something that can summon Unizombie. Then I'll be set. Either that, or I just gotta out all three of these, because he's not dealing a whole lot of damage with what he's got right now. If I can get rid of all three of his booster Strix, because they get banished. Nope, we're good. Nope, just keep going. Just have a grand old time at the Grand Old Opry. I'll take that damage. I'll take it all the way to the bank and I'll sell it. Selling things to banks. The motion picture. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon Wightprincess. When she's normal summoned or special summoned, you can send a Wightprince from your deck to the graveyard. Which again, just setting things up. Not only when he's sent does he send two more things. Hey, how's it going? Deck thinning. You can actually banish him along with a Skull Servant and or just two Skull Servants, I think. But I usually do Skull Servant and Lady in White in order to summon a King of the Skull Servants from your deck. Just getting them out of the deck. Just having a decky old time, I tell you what. Alright. Yo, what's up? I love that pose he has. And then we've got Whitemare, who's really awesome. You can send him to the graveyard to either return a banished one back to the grave, gives him more attack, or you could summon one of your banished Lady in White or King of the Skull Servant. I'm going to do the latter. I'm going to get one of these Lady of Whites out. Lady in White is particularly good because while she's on the field, level 3 or lower zombies, except herself, can't be destroyed by battle, and also they're unaffected by spell trap cards, which is really kind of helpful. It means, like, if they Raigeki or something, then these aren't dying, just Lady in White is dying. So will he use the thing? Okay, that is... They cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, but you're still going to take some damage. Ouch. And yes, once again, I am going to go ahead and do that thing, just to try to bait that out. Just call me John Bateman. There we go. Yes, and I will be destroyed, a sad state of affairs. But as I said, I have ways to get him back. I mean, I could banish two more and just summon another one from my deck. But I also have Mizukis and stuff like that, which I will get to eventually. I have 6 cards that get me to Unizombie, and Unizombie, if you include Unizombie himself, plus Gozuki. I have 9 cards in my deck that'll allow me to dump Mizuki into the graveyard directly from the deck, and Mizuki I can banish to get King of the Skull Servants out, because these are all zombie-type monsters. So, you know, there's that. Just gonna be searching all the things! But he still hasn't deck thinned enough to get what he really needs. What is best in life. Yeah, this is also really good, though, if they're playing traps. Obviously, he's not playing a whole lot of traps, but I really love you get this out with, like, Mirror Force, and then you can attack without having to worry about it, because your King of the Skull Servants is unaffected by spell traps. That's just what he is. Is he going to get his 3rd booster Strix? Will he use the boost to get through? And what's cool is that even with all the attack that these are getting, they can't get over Lady in White with the 2200 defense. I did not see what he got. What was that? Oh, just another Vanishing Lanius? Okay. Oh, okay, let's see. Can attack. If it deals battle damage, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Destroy as many special summon monsters your opponent controls as possible. Okay, so I'll just Forbidden Chalice that, and that'll save both of these from being destroyed. Because I don't want that to be destroyed. I'm just going to be like, nay. I don't believe in that. What's up? Come at me, bro. And now you cannot attack directly because your effects are negated. And yeah, I couldn't really think of a great negation. This is the only really thing I have in here that negates. And oftentimes what's going to happen is my Skull Servant will get his effect negated and his attack will go down to 0 and it'll make me very sad. So I just I really like the confrontational way that King of the Skull Servant looks. Alright, we can normal summon this. Send my final Wightprincess to the graveyard. Which is just fine and dandy with me, if you ask me, and you are asking me. Hey, hey, ho, ho. What do you say about a thing that you know? There we go, and the one from my hand. Now, let me look at this real quick. This turn, Raid Raptors cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay. So I'm just going to summon out another one, banishing 2 more. This counts as a Skull Servant in the graveyard too, and you keep seeing this quick effect go up. This is I could send this to the graveyard from the field or the hand, and all monsters lose attack and defense equal to their rank times 300. Oh wait, I didn't want to. Whatever. Yep, he's not going to be destroyed by battle. And he's not going to take any damage. Just activating all the things. But yeah, this is really good because it'll lower a bunch of his attack and everything. There you go. Do I have any other? Nope. I just have Alucard because I can get rid of things and it's a dark zombie monster. But yeah, we're fine. Because again, there's a million ways I can get to this, and my deck's running pretty thin. And I can always use this effect to, I believe it'll lower his, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if he's got 1500 attack, he's going to be dead. I forget if this one was special summoned or not. I hope not. No, but that was. But yeah, I could send this to the graveyard. It works really well for summoned skull, the King of the Skull Servants, because he's only 1 star. What do you think you're doing? You're not going to have enough damage to get past these. Oh, okay, ranking up. This may be a problem. Once per turn, destroyed and inflict damage. Well, I'm gonna get rid of that one. What's up? I hope you don't mind having no attack. 200 is less than 700. Alright. Oh. Wait, I wasn't special summoned. 1600. Damn. So this is gonna die anyway. I might as well just send it to the graveyard to get even less. Ooh, taking off that big attack. I can use this more than once per turn. Just lower even more attack. Let's see. Nope. I only take 700 damage. Oh wait, no, that's 4. Whatever. I take significantly less damage than I would. That's the important part. And now I've really got to hope I can get one of my 9 cards that can dump Mizuki. Because that will really help. Oh, well that's just as good. I don't think he has anything that can stop that. Pretty sure. Top deck Dark Hole? GG? I mean, even if he has something that can stop it, I had no other... Oh, this has something when it's destroyed. Oh, he just gets an ultimate falcon. Great. And I am gonna take 1,000, so I'll be at 34. Great. That's dumb. Just attack. You've already won. Whatever. Next duel. Alrighty, here we are. Second duel versus Avgbile? AVG Bile? Angry Video Game Bile, perhaps? And we've got a more substantial... It's difficult to get a hand that really doesn't work at all, unless you're just unlucky enough to draw all your vanilla Skull Servants right off the bat. Unizombie, probably one of the better cards in here. You can, of course, just send a zombie is it a zombie? Yeah, one zombie from your deck to the graveyard, and of course you will always want to send Wightprincess, at least to start out with. You don't want to send Mizuki. Not unless you have a Mizuki in hand, which I do. You have to increase the level of a face-up monster, which actually comes into use here. See, what we're going to do is use Mizuki. We're going to summon our Wightprincess back out. And then we can make a rank 6. I'm just going to go with Coral Dragon, because if it gets destroyed, I'll draw something. So now that Wightprincess has been sent back into the graveyard again, that means we can send more stuff from the deck to the graveyard. Hey. Let's see here. Then I'm going to go ahead and use one of those Wightprincesses. We'll get this guy out. Yo, what's up? And 2,000's not enough attack. We're going to need more attack than that. But I'm afraid of that trap, and I don't have anything I really wanted to discard. So we're just going to send this, summon Lady in White. So now we are immune to the trap. The traps can't get us if we don't believe in them. And Lady in White stops us from believing. Oh hey, it's Nordics. I don't want to crap on what is probably some people's favorite decks, but I don't think they're going to prove much of a challenge. We'll see, this is probably a search thing, so it's probably good that I didn't discard to destroy that. Which I could. But you want to save Gozuki. He has a graveyard effect that lets you special summon another zombie from your hand. So it's better to send him to the graveyard when you have another zombie in your hand, for instance. And you're probably wondering why I didn't attack with Coral Dragon, if you don't know how these work. The Unizombie, if you use his effects, only zombie-type monsters can attack that turn. Well, let's use Forbidden Chalice. What does this do? You can special summon... Yeah! I'll just stop you from being able to activate that effect. Come at me, bro. Which is what it says down there in tiny text, if you could not see. Going with the Ayers Rock Sunrise, which I believe doesn't lose me any attack because he doesn't have any other beasts in the graveyard. Just this tuner spellcaster. He might have had a play if I hadn't negated this effect, because then he could move this to attack mode and do something. Oh no, he's getting Black Rose Moonlight. Alright. So I won't get the draw. Probably a decent thing to make. Unfortunately, this was not a special summon monster, which actually kind of messes with a lot of people. Because you can normal summon it, and it's level 1, a lot of the techs that normally get rid of these high-level special summoned monsters don't really work against Skull Servants, which is kind of what makes this such a great thing. He's going after the Lady in White. A smart decision, considering he can't go after that, although her hitting the graveyard is going to give him an extra 1,000 attack. Fortunately, this is not the thing I thought it was. But that's okay, we've got Foolish Burial. It's a one-of, which I normally don't like to play, but I have a lot of cards that already send cards from the deck to the graveyard, so I don't feel like this is too cheesy. And I'm just going to get this back out, because I'm still worried about whatever that trap is. And then I'll get Gozuki. Gozuki can also send a zombie from the deck to the graveyard, so you can kind of see the theme. And I'll send Wightprincess, because that's going to give me another 3,000 attack. Yo, what's up? Do you like getting hit for 6,000? Even a Blue Eyes couldn't handle that. Even 2 Blue Eyes couldn't handle that, stacked on top of each other, not with Lady and White, because I can't be destroyed by battle. And there's just more things. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to discard Gozuki there, because it would have been not as useful. And its normal summon effect is pretty good. Well, that'll kill those 2. But that'll just get King. Ah, Call the Haunted. So I was afraid for nothing. Ouch. Well, I'll not take all the damage, but I can just normal summon this guy. You tried valiantly, good friend, but, just can't beat that 7,001 level 1 monster. That's just... So there we go. We got at least 1 win. I'm not sure how well this will be doing. Unfortunately, I've been going into more, beta cards, because they haven't... YGOPro hasn't updated any of the beta cards for a while, even though a lot of them have been out in the TCG for a while. So instead of testing on the ranked servers like I normally do, I've just been testing here, which is just a random crapshoot of whatever. You can get really good decks, you can get really terrible decks, so I really have no idea how good this deck actually is. It'll be a surprise. We'll find out together. Alright, here we are. 3rd duel versus Blade Liger. That reminds me of Zords. I'm not sure if anyone remembers Zords. That was a thing. I remember that. We're playing against Lightsworn, which is actually a pretty bad matchup for us, because we don't have... Unless we can get our Forbidden Chalice, there's not much we can do in the ways of stopping Judgment Dargon. We're kind of weak to monster effects, unfortunately. And this is probably one of those decks that could stand to have like a Solemn Strike or 2 or 3 in it. But it's such an aggressive deck. If you get the right hand, you can OTK occasionally. So let's go ahead, get out Shiranui Solitaire. He contribute himself to summon a zombie tuner with 0 defense from the deck. Oh, would you look at that? It's our good old friend Unizombie. And let's start out how we always do. We're gonna get that Wightprincess and deck thin a bunch. Because you really don't want to draw these Skull Servants if you can help it. I don't really have anything else that's going to be useful in the graveyard. Well, Lady in White, probably. So, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to make him level 5 by sending that to the graveyard. Can't do things anyway. I should... And I have another Unizombie. But I have King of the Skull. Okay. We're good right there. Hopefully that'll prevent him from making some of the plays that he wants to make. Like he won't be able to go into Michael and banish my things. Unfortunately, I got 2 of my Twin Twisters, which is normally a good thing. But famously, Lightsworns don't play hardly any spell traps. It's like a 90% monsters deck. Yep. So this is probably not going to be all that useful. And I think he put it on top of the deck because he knows it's not going to be very useful. Because he has almost no traps. And I might get OTK'd right here. Depends how many Lightsworns he has in the graveyard. He's probably going to have a lot more Lightsworns in the graveyard here in a second. You can discard one with Lumina. Ah, Fairy Tale Snow. Stank, bitch. I still do not like this thing. It's the only thing that makes Lightsworns good, really. Which is kind of, I don't know. I mean, like, on the one hand, I am using non-King of the Skull Servant support, but it's still, like, zombie support that works with the thing. This is sort of like, you make a rank 4 toolbox by banishing things, which is not something that Lightsworns normally want to do. They just have enough stuff in the graveyard that they can take advantage of this. My point is, this should be limited. Fairy Tale Snow. Just like it is in the OCG. I would prefer that. Either that or it needs an errata that makes it like once per turn or something. I guess they didn't think people would be able to, like, banish 7 cards more than once per turn, but they can banish several times per turn. Fortunately, I think let's see. No, because he can make a 7 with Felis, because Felis is a tuner. Granted, banishing this isn't all that much, except he's going to be able to attack directly for a bunch. I could probably do math and figure it out, but I think that's almost 3, that's almost 3, that'd be 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done for. Pretty sure. I'll come back if I'm not done for, but I'm like 90% sure I'm done for. I'm just not going to do the math on it. So yeah, I'll see you on the next duel. And of course it wouldn't be What a Dick without my arch nemesis player. That song wasn't as good. I'm not sure if I got to choose before. You usually want to go second with this deck because you want more cards, and also you want to attack for massive damage, and also we're playing 2 Dark Hole and a Raigeki, which means going second's usually more advantageous because you could just start off by clearing the field without having to worry about destroying your own things. There's not a whole lot of defensive plays you can make with with the Skull Servant deck. I mean, if you do it right, you can make things like Beals or Void Ogre Dragon, which are pretty decent, but this deck isn't really set up for that because Link format. I think I mentioned that in the start. I really didn't want to focus on extra deck stuff. Both because, A, I wanted to focus on King of the Skull Servants, but also I wanted to make something that was good for Link format, where if you are going into the extra deck, it's like once per turn, maybe. Let's see. Level 5 or higher. Okay, that just negates a monster effect. Yep, good old Speedroids. I tried to make a Speedroid deck. A bunch of people suggested it. But the problem with Speedroids is this is all they do, is they make clear Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. They do that really effectively. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this for right now. Normal summon, send it to the graveyard. Let's go one of those and one of those. Hey. What's up, 1600? I have pretty instant regret about that. Although I can do other things. So we're good. I didn't want to destroy this because I don't really care about it at the moment. But yeah, that's all. Speedroids, that's all they're really good for because they're kind of locked into wind, and the only really strong wind synchros are, whatchamacallit, are Crystal Wing and Clear Wing. So you make this deck, and all it does is it uses like 3 cards in your hand to make Crystal Wing, which there are already a bunch of decks that can turbo out Crystal Wing like quicker and more effectively. So the only really reason to use this is just because you like the art, and I'm not the kind of guy who plays stuff just because I like the art. I think you can do... I forget if he's probably going to go for Tri-Eyed Dice. I'm trying to remember if Tri-Eyed Dice limits you to wind. I remember trying to find a workaround, so maybe I could make some other synchros and stuff like that, but it wasn't as interesting. Perhaps someday they'll get updated and they'll be able to do more interesting things. Oh hey, Clearwing Fast Dragon. Let's see here. I think I'll just take less damage if I just do this. Yep, 400. That's fine. I'm fine with this. I'll take 400 less damage. It has to be summoned from the extra deck, so I'm good. And how about no? Oh boy. Those would not have helped me, not have hurt me anyway. Fortunately. He's just playing against the wrong kind of stuff. Yo, what's up? And yes, I'll have less attack this way. Oh wait, no, I think I'll have... Yeah, I'll have less attack. But just by 1,000, but I'll have 2 monsters. So I'm just going to use the other effect of White Mare. I'll get this Skull Servant, put it back in the graveyard. Now they each have 4,000. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Send 1 Speedroid Tuner equals 7. Special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone. Okay. So he might be able to do that. I know he's got graveyard effects and other such things. Fortunately, if these get destroyed, unless they get banished, I can always Gozuki into Mizuki next turn and just bring one back. It really depends what he can do. Unfortunately, the whole Crystal Wing, Clear Wing thing doesn't have a lot it can do against King of the Skull Servants, because, again, this is the perfect example of it's not from the extra deck, and it's only level 1, which limits everything he can do. I'm pretty sure Crystal Wing only affects... Let's see... Where is it? Okay, you can negate the activation, destroy that monster. I'm trying to find the part about the attack. The attack gain, if it has to be a level 5. If this card battles your opponent's level 5 or higher monster, it gains attack. So it will not gain the attack. He'll have to find some other way to boost it over the 4,000. Which is going to be pretty tricky. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just sad because there's so many Speedroid cards, and they do have like an interesting playstyle with a lot of like moving around and shuffling and being able to modify levels. They're like the quintessential kind of synchro deck when I think about them, where it's you don't really use these. Black Rose, good idea. But again, I can just go Mizuki into this. We'll just see what else he's got. But yeah, they're kind of like the monsters themselves rarely do anything. They're all about just like get it on the field and then oh snap. I'm gonna take 6,000. 6,000 plus. Ouchie. Touché, salesman. Touché indeed. Now we might have some troubles. Yeah, we'll try this, because then if this gets sent to the graveyard by some effect, like if it gets Solemn Striked, I should be able to use the effect. Go Mizuki. Mizuki says, hey, what's up? Your D-barriers don't do shit to me, alright? Unless he's got... Okay. Oh yeah, I always forget that has an effect that you can use. Although now that I think about it, putting out Gozuki was probably not the greatest play, because now he can attack over it with something. I might just lose to Speedroids after all. I mean, if he can get another 3,000 in attack, I'm taking 1,500. He's already used a lot of cards in his extra deck. But he could probably make another one of these two. I just really need to get this into defensive mode if I can. Or just attack over and attack for game. It'll be... Oh, okay. There we go. I beat player. Huzzah! My arch nemesis. I may have forgotten the song that I created for him last time and made an inferior song, but at least I barely beat Speedroids. So there's that. Next duel. Alright, here we are, 5th duel versus What Do You Want? I'd like to win. I'd like to win and have a decent, entertaining duel for the nice people watching. Comment in the comments if you're watching. I better see as many comments as there are people. Let's just go ahead and use Soltar. Hey, what's up? Doing some stuff. Let's see. Yep, and we're just going to get things set up for next turn. Why wouldn't we? One of those in the graveyard. Hey. And... trying to think what I could do. Okay, yeah. I could do this. So then we've got a level 5. We'll go and use Mizuki. We'll get out Lady in White, actually, because I have another Unizombie in hand, so it's no problem. I can get things going next turn. And let's just go ahead and sit on the Beals. Yo, what's up? So then next turn I should be able to summon out a King of the Skull Servants from the graveyard, send another one with this, and then I can, if he sets any spell traps, I can get rid of them. I can put Lady of White in the graveyard, which is always good. I'll put Lady of White in the graveyard, which is always good. Ghost Tricks! You fiend! Alright. I might be able to summon over this. I should have just normal summoned this. It would have had 3,000. Whatever. We'll just set up for next time. I'll go ahead and... Oh, I could do that and it wouldn't really help. Yeah. Hey, more White Prince. What do you know? Probably not much. Actually, yeah, let's just go for full darkness. Get as many of these out as I can. And then depending on what he does, I can make a synchro play if need be. But only these can attack. But target, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Well then. I'm not going to attack it then. Let's see. I could make both of those, but that's not really going to help me. I could do that. Yeah, we're good. I was going to say, I'll go ahead and attack with this, because it's Ghost Tricks, and most of them have very low defense. And I forgot about Yeti, because hardly anyone plays Yeti. Level Limit Area B, not gonna hurt King of the Skull Servants, I tell you what. Oh boy, Dark Hole, my favorite. My favorite shit. Let's see here. I think what I'm gonna do... Yeah, we'll just send cards to the graveyard. Keep making him higher level. Why not? Let's get some Mizuki action on here. I won't use it right now. I'm just setting up for later. But now I can kill this, because he didn't flip it face down. Although the way it works oh, probably because he has a, Jack? What's it called? Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern. Does that end the battle phase? No. Either way, I'm getting rid of this. Go away. I don't want you. Yeah, and I could make this. I could get rid of his level limit area B. That way my Beals could attack. I think I'll... Well, no, I've got that. I don't want to discard my Dark Hole, though. Because that's actually something that Ghost Tricks are really weak against, is being Dark Holed into oblivion. Ghost Trick Doll! Everything goes face down. Just target one monster, change it to face down. Alright. I'm just gonna attack over it. Yep. And I could banish a Skull Servant to get it back, but I think I'm fine. I'll just have this be 5,000. I can Mizuki it back. So I really need to get rid of Ghost Trick Doll for sure. Jiangshi probably too. Alright, Flip Summon. This went back to being level 3, which is actually pretty good. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I can flip this, but it'll just go back that way. Level 4 higher. Okay. So I'll make that level 5. We'll send another Mizuki. Why not? Let me think about this. Do I really need to get rid of this? I don't think so, not yet. Especially since I can't attack with it this turn. Well, let's just get one of these. Then I can attack all sorts of different things. With my level 3 or lowers. So let's kill you. Go away. Let's kill you. Yep, and then everything's gonna get flipped face down. But at least I will have gotten rid of it. 60 card Ghost Tricks. And he only gets to add a level 1 Ghost Trick Lantern. Yeah, I think next turn what I'll probably want to do... Wait, I can make a... Oh yeah. I can make a 5. Wait, I can make a... Oh yeah, I can make a 6 if I send all my Skull Servants to the graveyard. I'm good on that. I'm good on that for now. But yeah, I think I'm going to use my other Mizuki, get a Layden wight out, then I'll Dark Hole, which won't kill Beals, and won't kill any of these. Zombie. Okay, he's going to gain a whole bunch of attack. Just a whole mess of attack. It'll be like Discount Attack Warehouse. Boosting attack from here to Timbuktu. Oh, Ghost Trick Mansion. Alright. Half battle damage. Which actually adds up pretty quickly. At least for him. But that's the, only that monster can attack, yep. But you would have done that much damage attacking with everyone anyway. And then flip everything face down. It's weird, this is actually like the third Ghost Trick deck I faced in the last couple weeks. You would think with Links coming out, people wouldn't be as excited about them, but people are really excited about them. Flip and flip-a-roo. Everybody flips, and how about you? Alright. We'll go ahead... Aw, damn it, I shouldn't have increased his level. Now he's going to die, too. Don't I have a third lady in white I could send? No? I'll just send this guy, even though he can't get any more stuff. And then he goes to defense. Mizuki, my friend! Go ahead and... Yes. Lady in white! Yo, what's up? I believe that's good game. Oh, no, wait, no, he can negate an attack. That's not good game in the slightest. But I can believe. I can believe in the heart of the cards. Oh, and I got attacked directly for 2,500. Ghost Trick Mary, so he gets another thing. And then let me think about this. Doot 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 doot. I already used one of the effects of Unizombie. You can't use 2 per turn. I can only make a level 4. No, I can make a level 6, but I've already used all my Mizukis, I believe. So yeah, I'll just normal summon this for now. Send something else into the graveyard that'll boost the attack even more. Like one of these. And then hopefully I can just out-attack him. Ghost Trick Doll. Yeah, alright, that'll flip everything in the end phase. But unless you've got... That's the thing about Ghost Tricks, you really need those spell traps to help do stuff. Yeah, that's not going to help you because I'm going to be doing 6,000 to you. Alright. Yeah, you're better off. This is a meh choice. You're much better off having something like Swords of Concealing Light. So I think that's game. Just to be certain, let's go ahead and normal summon this. But I can just attack you directly, and even with the half damage, you're still taking so much damage. It's like discount damage warehouse up in here. So there you go, Battle of the Spook decks. Skull Servants beat Ghost Tricks, at least this time. And it didn't last an hour and a half, which is pretty good for Ghost Tricks, I tell you what. We'll go ahead into the 6th duel. Alright, here we are, 6th duel versus Tool Senpai! You gotta scream it because it's all in caps, that's just how it works. And while I'm in the 6th duel, go ahead and give a big old Hardleg Patreon shout-out to my own senpai, Ryan Smith, who you'll probably know from his continued support. He is currently, I think, the Lord Master on Patreon, at least as far as total donation time, because unfortunately, Million Little E, who has pretty much helped build this channel from the start, finally quit the Patreon unexpectedly. Which, I mean, I can't expect people to donate forever and whatnot, and I thank him very much for his going, but Ryan Smith has continued on, and that's why you're giving him a shout-out in the or why I'm giving him a shout-out. You give him a shout-out, too, in the comments. Say something nice about Mr. Ryan Smith. And you'll probably get something pinned. And while I'm talking about the Patreon, I should mention that if you donate $1 on the Patreon, you'll get these neat sleeves I made, the Keck sleeves with the Skull Servant, with the bling and the hat and the glasses, and Mozuki and Gozuki in the background, just sort of doing stuff and things, man. Well, let's see. And sadly, he's got the Lost World, and I've got no way to get rid of that. So he's just going to be able to do stuff and draw a card, and I don't want him to be able to do stuff and draw a card. So, for now, I'm just going to set Mozuki. I really need my Twin Twisters, or something that I can... Because unfortunately, if I summon this, he'll be able to activate this. It's a quick effect. He'll destroy it and draw a card, and I won't be able to get out Unizombie or do any of the other things that I want to do. Unfortunately, I do not have a great matchup against... Well, I have a decent matchup against dinosaurs, but not when he starts out with Ragna Zero, unfortunately. And I think I'm just going to get OTK'd here. But yeah, if you want these sleeves, if you want the negation with the Skull Servant, if you want this deck file, it's all on my Patreon. You can download everything for everyone, everything I've ever made for a $1 donation, which is pretty neat. There's like 117 of them now. It's quite a lot of designs and stuff. Also, a lot of people ask, because sometimes I do acapellas at the ends, if I have like replays and stuff like that. And people are like, hey, where can I get your music? I put the music on the Patreon too. If you want it there, you could just download all the music again for $1. And it continues to help support the channel because, you know, I don't have any ad revenue. So that's the only way I make money. Is just entertaining and hoping that it's entertaining enough that people will want to give me $1. So yeah. I mean, I lost. Pretty sure. I mean, he's got Legends of Lagia now, so even if I'd have to get something, even if I got like Twin Twisters to get rid of this, so that Ragna Zero wasn't activated, or even if I got like a Dark Hole, there's not really anything I could do per se. Unfortunately, he just locked me out of the things right away, and I didn't get the right hand to deal with it. So if I'd started with Twin Twisters or Forbidden Chalice, or if I had the Wightprincess, who has a quick effect of her own to send stuff to the graveyard, then I would have been live. But sadly, I am not live. I am perhaps dead. But yeah, if something changes, I'll see you later. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and mark this down as a loss and skip ahead. Because the next turn is just going to be the same. I'm going to have nothing on the field because he'll destroy or negate it, and then he'll just attack me. That's another, some people are like, I really want to see you lose the duels, but it's just nothing's interesting. There's nothing for me to talk about. I already hit all the Patreon stuff. Also, he appears to be going super slow, so yeah. There's that. Alright, here we are, 7th duel versus some Asian. There's no other information about him. I guess I'm just some Caucasian. Or some black person. Is there a what's the tech? I think the technical term for that is Negroid, but that just sounds terrible. I just don't like that. I just don't like that at all. Black just sounds so much better. We're playing against Blue Eyes. But yeah, I guess it's pretty clear from my hands and everything that I am indeed a Caucasian male. But, you know, because I go only through my voice, like, it really doesn't matter what race I am, and I really could be any race. It wouldn't affect things in the slightest. That's just, you know, that's just how race is. It really doesn't matter in the slightest. Unless you're worried about getting sickle cell disease. I think only black people can get that. So, you know, the more you know. Let's see here. Effect in the graveyard is activated. He can negate that. He's gonna be activating effects on the graveyard. That's gonna be some shit. Oh, alright. But that's fine. I can prevent him from preventing me from activating things in the graveyard. Unless he can prevent me from preventing me. I'm just gonna send a dang old white prince using that effect in the graveyard. And he'll be like, nay, and I'll be like, nay, and those are the things that we say. Oh, okay. He's not stopping me. It's as if he doesn't know how these work. And I'm just going to keep this in hand. Because, yeah, I don't want it to get banished. I want to be able to save it to next turn so I can do some stuff and be able to negate it. So there will be that. But yeah, my name, if you didn't know, is Mr. Bones. Oftentimes I have people guess the names, but this time I figure I'll just go ahead. Well, one, it just seems like it makes sense because it's like, you know, you've got spooky skeletons. Oh, you're just banishing out? What you're gonna get? You have to summon in defense mode. So, I mean, you would have been better to attack and then do that. Well, I'm counting that as a win, baby. I don't care. I don't give a fuck, alright? You can call me out in the comments all you want. If my opponent messes up and they're gonna be... See, here's a bit of advice. Everyone makes mistakes. You can always come back from some mistakes. This is not game-breaking. You can recover from this. This thing will not be destroyed this turn. Because of its own effect, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He'll still have a 3,000 monster. I'll be able to do things like, this was a bad mistake, but you could still make a comeback. Unless it's, like, clear, like the last duel where I reasoned out that there was no plays I could make. But you could still make tons of plays. My point is, don't give up, foolishly. Play it out. You may learn some new combos, you may learn a thing or two, and you might just win. Either way, 8th duel, and then I'll explain Mr. Bones. And here we are in the 8th duel versus Citrus. A nice citrusy thing. We're doing pretty good, we got 4 wins, granted one of those is an asterisk, but still, another 50... 55, 51 card deck? What would that be? Oh, and it's playing counter fairies. Isn't that adorable? Unfortunately, I have Twin Twister. Oh, Ties of the Brethren. We just gotta hope he doesn't play, Dark Bribe. If he can't negate this, then I'm pretty set, because he's not gonna be able to activate all the things that he wants to activate. I mean, you've got a pretty big deck here. Oh yeah, just playing the new one. I can add honest if I negate the things. Yay! Fuck you. Most of the time people play the counter traps that are spell trap. Shut line. Oh, well then. How about nope? I forgot that people even played that. Let me just turn off auto card placing. And let's try this again. How about fuck you? Go die. Granted, if that's some sort of solemn thing, I'm just gonna be over here as far away from that as I can. We'll just get out this. Howdy doody. Let's go ahead and get one of these in the graveyard. Yep, that's one of those things I'll just have to learn not to put things in the same column as other things. What would I have? 2,000? Yeah, he's got pretty low attack, so I think I can do that. Plus, next turn I can get Gozuki and other things. And actually, I could probably do a pretty neat thing. So first, let's go ahead. No, I'll only have 1,000, but that's fine. So we'll attack. We'll attack again. Hey. And then I'll go ahead and break out my tech. Actually, Catastrophe would probably be really good. No, the effect would activate. Let's go ahead and do Samsara Dragon. This is some great protection. If it's destroyed, I could summon a card from my either player's graveyard. I believe. Yeah, and special summon it, except a copy of itself. So I can just get out my King of the Skull Servants again. Putting it over here, I'm not liking that. And then Sanctuary in the Sky, alright. Drastic drop off, okay. I mean, to be fair, it's zombies, so that just helped me immensely. Put that here. Using that effect. Let's go ahead. Where's the Wightprincess again? Send him to the graveyard. Send all the other things to the graveyard. Oh, is he going to be able to negate that? He just surrendered. Yeah, counter fairies. People keep trying to make them work. I just don't think they work. I might have to try them at some point. Maybe mix them with a ritual or something. But especially with all this, you're just dropping in every counter trap you could possibly think of. Just doesn't work very well. Either way, I'll see you in the 9th duel. Alright, here we are, 9th duel versus Sheik Alex. Or Sheik Alex. Hard to say. Hard to leg. Could be either or. And I was going to go ahead and say that the origin of Mr. Bones, at least as far as... I mean, obviously, it could just be a generic name for any skeleton. But, I know it from Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, which was a famous thing that someone made on Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was a really slow-paced, like, incredibly lazy, like, roller coaster. It just went like 3 miles per hour, and it stayed mostly level and just sort of zigzagged. And it had a bunch of, like, spooky skeletons and stuff on it, and a bunch of themes. But the thing was that there's a famous post about the guy who made it where he's like, all the people get on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, and it's, oh, this is neat, and it lasts for a few minutes, and then it goes underground into a tunnel, and it comes up on another side of the park, where it twists around and mazes for, like, miles and miles and miles, and he's measuring the in-game time, which moves faster than the actual thing. And it's like, in real time, it takes about an hour and a half to go through the entire ride, but in game time, for the people riding the ride, it's like a year. So the idea is they called it Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, but it was like this nightmare, where he was writing all these comments from the people, from the perspective of the people writing it, where they're just like, Dad, I want to get off the ride. He's like, I know, son, I want to get off too. We all do. But you could just never, it would just last for a year of your life, and then you finally get off of it, and the exit just loops around back to the entrance. And it just ends with this spooky picture of Mr. Bones, like, no one gets off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. And yeah, that just always stuck with me. So I just like Mr. Bones. And famously, I always I used that name for the very, very first What a Deck. I made a Last Warrior's Wild Ride, which was a Last Warrior from another planet. If you're unfamiliar with that card, it basically, your opponent, like, neither player can normal summon or special summon monsters. So it was like a lockdown stall deck. I just had, like, more cards than my opponent, and I could recycle, and I'd make them draw while negating with things like Dark Bribe. It was a neat idea. It barely worked. It was really boring to watch. I think it only went, like, 3 wins out of the 10. And most of the time I got stomped completely. I tried to make it again to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, but I couldn't get it to work, like, at all in the current game. And I could just Dark Hole this, but, you know, I just don't have any plays to make, unfortunately. I don't have any of my things that are going to do anything. And he's not really doing much of anything either, so I'm not too worried. Granted, I could get the high Speedroid Chambala again or whatever. This seems to be a Speedroid deck. But at the moment, I'm just waiting for him to commit more resources to the board so I can Dark Hole. But yeah, I never went back to the Last Warrior from Forbidden Planet or whatever it was called. Last Warrior's Wild Ride. I don't plan to. It just doesn't work, and even if it did work, it's just sitting around, like, trying to make my opponent quit out of boredom and frustration. It seems trolly, but doing it for 10 duels just goes on way too long, and you run out of things to say long before. There's just no interesting plays to make, you're just sitting there waiting. So I'll probably never do it again, but it is good to mention it and bring up. Because this is probably the closest to the early What a Decks that I'm going to do again. This was episode 4, was the original Skull Servant deck. Although it was very different, it was again more of a troll build. It used Magical Merchant, which is a flip monster. It's like when it's flipped, you mill cards from your deck until you get to a spell. Add that spell to your hand. And so my deck was nothing but monsters, like all Skull Servants, and then 1 spell trap. Or I think I had 2 spell traps in there. And one of them was, whatchamacallit, Monster Reincarnation, so I would just grab King of the Skull Servants out of my graveyard, and it would have over 9,000 attack. It's over 9,000, you know the memes. And I actually considered, I actually built a version of this deck that works exactly like that. Oh hey, finally I can do some stuff, and some things, man. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and... Oh, damn it! No, cancel. Cancel! Fuck! Well, no, that's fine. No, this'll work out just as well. You gonna negate this effect, buddy? If I were you, I would negate this effect. Stuff's gonna happen if you don't negate this effect. Okay, good, he negated the effect. But I can chain. Oh wait, will he not be able to? No, I think it still negates it. So that was negated. But I think what I can do, actually, is just Mizuki it back out. Well, I get the same... I get to use it... Yeah. A sad state of affairs, to be certain. Yo, what's up? Let's just send those from the deck to the graveyard. Why not? My spooky girl attacks over your crystal wing. I'm not level 5 or higher. Yay. A sadness is him. And I still have all these things. Yeah, and I can normal summon this guy next turn. I don't want to use all my resources to get it out right now. But yeah, I was going to say, I made a version of that deck. It only won like 2 out of 10 duels, and when it lost a lot. What is this doing? Oh. Well, I'm just going to get rid of that. You cannot synchro summon with my monster, good sir. I do not approve. Granted, if he can do other things, then he'll be good. If he cannot do other things, then he will not be good. But he's probably going to take... Ooh, Soul Karge. He doesn't know I have Dark Hole, though. I'm probably going to be Dark Holing him. He can't attack this turn, so even if he makes Chambara. Just getting out things. Getting out stuff. I'm surprised this is the second Speedroid deck. I don't think it's the same guy. I would remember a name like Shalikalex. It's cool when you say it like that. Shalikalex! Oh no, wait. There's no L in there. It's just Shikalex. Sounds like some sort of weird drug you would take. Like new, Shikalex. Have you tried everything else? Playing everything over here. Fuck your shit. I don't want any. Everything's over here. Yo, what's up? 5,000, that's how many life points you have. It's a pity you summoned all those things. Well, there we go. There's another win. Well, yeah, well, I guess I'll mention it in the well, now while we're here, I was gonna say I did make the other deck. I think I'm gonna go ahead and release the profile for that if anyone's interested. It won't be a separate video. I'm just gonna go if you go to the profile video, I'll mention what you can do to change it over. And just to celebrate it anyway, I'm going to put some replays at the end of this showing what it can do. Because it's actually kind of decent, it's just nowhere near as good as this, and even this is, like, kind of meh. And yeah, you'll have to comment in the comments in the future. Are you interested in seeing troll decks that really can't win? Where, like, I would be going 10 duels and maybe getting 2 wins, and possibly not even that. Or would you rather see me make, like, a more competitive style of Skull Servants that's maybe not as interesting, but actually works that you can use? So, yeah, let me know about that, and we'll go into the 10th and final duel. Alright, here we are, 10th and final duel versus 2. It's just 2. That seems like a suspicious name, like it was just thought of. Like you were just sort of like, I need a name, do I? Press a number, whatever. I was gonna say, maybe it's that Speedroid again, maybe he's been changing his name, but he doesn't have extra deck. Perhaps it's Trickstars, who got tired of... No, it's Monarchs. I have a meh matchup against Monarchs. I really need my Twin Twisters. Oh no, I cannot do the summons. Whatever will I do? I will do many things. Oh hey. So yeah, I'm just gonna Raigeki that over here, just in case that shut line. Because that is what I've become now. That is what Lynx will make all of us, soon. If they ever get Lynx on this damn thing. People have been asking when I'm going to switch over, let's see, if they get Lynx, on here, what was it? By the end of, basically through August. I'm giving them until the end of August to add Lynx to here, otherwise I'm going to switch to another platform that has Lynx. Well, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to do much of anything. Although I could have discarded this and banished, yeah, that's the cool thing with if you have Gozuki in hand and Unizombie, or not Gozuki, but the Shiranui Solitaire. You can discard Gozuki, its effects will activate, and you can banish Solitaire to summon a King of the Skull Servants from your hand and just attack for a whole bunch. So I could have done that. I'm going to go into an 11th duel, just to give you something. Hopefully we'll have something a little bit more interesting. And I'm not going to put an asterisk next to that one, because I did actually beat him through my own somewhat... I did plays. He didn't just quit for no reason. He had something, and I fucked it up. But yeah, just real quickly, I'm going to wait until the end of August. If they don't have Lynx on YGOPro yet, then I'll probably switch to YGOPro 2, or find another beta version, or maybe even go to Dueling Book, but probably not, because that's way too slow, and I don't want to have to wait for admins to come over rulings and stuff like that. But we will see. Hopefully they'll have Lynx by then. Until then, I'm determined to continue to make decks that work for Lynx, like these ones. So we'll go into a bonus 11th duel, see if we can get something a little more exciting, shall we? Alright, bonus 11th duel versus Deviati. Probably going to be Infernoids, 60 card Infernoids, perhaps, with grass is greener, and Layden, Raiden. Yeah, at least he's got the theme right, and he starts immediately with Fairy Tale Snow. Great. Just what I always hated. Just what I never wanted. And the Future Fusion. Well, it's a good thing I have the Twin Twisters for that. Because I'm not going to allow you to put any of those into the thing. In fact, I'm just going to immediately be like, well, fuck you. You're not allowed to do that. There goes your one of. You're probably not playing any other spells or traps, so there's that. Wightprincess gets its effect. Banishing my Wightprincess. You fiendish fiend. I don't like you. But now you have no thing on the graveyard. Okay, what can I do? I could send Gozuki. That wouldn't really do anything. I could send another thing. But I'd still only have 2,000. I don't really need to summon one from the deck. So for now, we'll just get this out with 2,000, take care of his Raiden. Unless he wants to banish everything and get out the Fairy Tale Snow. And he doesn't have anything left in his hand, so if he gets the Yep, 1,700 can't get over that. Let's wait till the end phase, mill 2. Hope they get enough stuff for Fairy Tale Snow, another Fairy Tale Snow. Another Unizombie. Neato. Unizombie says, hey, what's up? Unfortunately, I don't have anything in my hand to discard. Let's make you level 5, so you can't Ixie summon on the off chance that something happens. And let's just force him to use that old fairy tale. And also Deck Thin, the movie, the game, the motion and picture experience of a lifetime. I could get another one out and have 2,000, which is enough to get over his things. So I think I'll do that, actually. Because that'll still be able to get over all of his things. And if as long as he leaves one up, I can make Ixie plays too. I'll need to make this level 4. So let's just dump that in the graveyard. Hey, what's up? You're getting killed. Not using it now. Probably a good move. Because you're not going to be taking lethal damage. There we go, and there's the 1,300. I can attack with all my zombie-type monsters. And then main phase 2, I'll make the Samsara. Because that'll put this guy up to 3,000, and then if it's destroyed, I can summon the other one back out of the graveyard. Although the Infernoids do have the ability to mess with the graveyard, but I have another one. Flipping it face down. It's a sad, sad time for a singing man like me. Singing man like me. Ouch, my most of me. No, I'm not going to do that. I've already banished enough today. Unless I get Wightprincess. No, but I got Foolish Burial. So I can be foolish. Put Mizuki in the grave. Normal summon. Mizuki gets the other one. Once again, I have 2 things for you to deal with, neither of which I think you're wanting to be dealing with. Gonna take some damage. Gonna take a whole lot of damage. And now he has to, or else he's going to die. But that'll get rid of all those resources that he wants to use for his Infernoids. Because he does not have very many cards in the graveyard. Not many at all. I want to flip this face down, probably. Yeah, that's what I would do. And I still have got Unizombie next turn, so I've got plays for days, and if I draw something I can discard, that makes Unizombie even better. Brilliant Fusion. Which I think I've gone over. I don't like to use Brilliant Fusion. There's too many ways it can go wrong. This is one of them. Oh, I guess you're getting Trick Clown, so you can do other stuff. But, what was it? Yeah, you get the Brilliant Fusion. It's like, well, the whole point of getting Seraphinite is that you can normal summon again, but if you only have one card in hand, especially if you can't normal summon it, there's not really all that much. Oh, there goes your one lawn mowing. Rippin' pepperoni. And away he goes. Nope. Not gonna do that. I mean, I don't even... yeah, we're gonna put it back in the graveyard. There's 6,000, I can just attack over this, unless you've got Honest. Even if you have Honest, I can banish another Skull Servant to get this back out of the graveyard. So there we go. There's an actual pretty decent win. I did some cool plays. I made Samsara Dragon that's never been triggered. But it's here. It's good. It's here and doing stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys on the end screen.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Just what lies ahead, only one way to find out. Must keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you can see. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through, prove it to you. Follow me. I'm hearing voices and I'm wondering what this, the creme de la creme, the feminine abyss, and I'm reaching my threshold, staring at the truth till I'm blind. My body's stupid, stereo putrid, pumping out music into raw sewage, reaching my threshold, staring at the truth till I'm blind. My threshold, reaching my threshold. I'm hearing voices and I'm on noises, the creme de la creme, the feminine abyss, and I'm reaching my threshold, staring at the truth till I'm blind. My threshold, go, I'll explode. My threshold, reaching my threshold. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a punch. You'll shake and shudder, I'm surprised when you hear these zombies shriek. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a punch. You'll shake and shudder and surprised when you hear these zombies shriek. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a punch. You'll shake and shudder and surprised when you hear these zombies shriek.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Skull Servant Beatdown 2017. We went 8-3, or if you just want to count out of 10, we went 7-3. Either way, it's really good. Anytime I can beat the 5-5 spread, I'm happy. And especially for an old deck like this, it's so nice to see something so resilient that an older deck is still getting support, and that support still makes it a pretty decent rogue contender. I mean, you'll probably still have some trouble against Zodiacs and True Kings, unless you start with like Dark Hole Raigeki or something like that. But it's a still decent rogue contender. It can go up against Synchro and Ixie decks without really needing to do all that much of it itself. And of course, if you're looking to make this in real life, it is surprisingly cheap. I'm pretty sure just about everything in here is under a few dollars, unless Yuta Zombie went up to some high price that I wasn't aware of. Either way, fun times. Next time, I'll be looking at another deck I've done before. It'll be an archetype of beasts that just got some new support. So you can get hype about that and try to guess what it is down in the comments. Until then, good luck and have fun.